Mr. Evans, you're on the record supporting school vouchers for private schools, using taxpayer money to support private or religious schools. And Donald Trump's plan calls for universal school choice. How would you like to see that accomplished at the federal level?
Right now in Colorado, we have an education crisis. I've got two boys. They're in, school-age kids. Right now in Colorado, 60% of our third graders aren't reading at the third grade level when they're in third grade. 70% of them can't do math at the eighth grade level when they're in eighth grade. And so what we need to do in this space is we need to put parents, students, and teachers back in charge of education. And so what I've always supported is an environment that allows parents and families that choice to be able to select the education that works best for them. To me, that means two things. That means parents can see what their kids are being taught, and they can actually select a school that works for them. They're not locked into something that's underperforming just because they happen to live in the wrong zip code. And so I think that we've seen this succeed in other places, and so I will always be a very firm believer that allowing parents, families more choice, putting them along with teachers back in control of education rather than bureaucrats is the way that we move our education system forward.
You're a vocal supporter of the Christian homeschooling movement, and you're a member of a Christian group called Heritage Defense, which defends parents accused of beating their children, or as the group describes corporal punishment, quote, following biblical protocol in the training and discipline of their children. As a state legislator, last year you voted against a ban on corporal punishment in Colorado's public schools. A brief answer, please. When do you believe that it is acceptable to hit a child at home and at school?
That answer is already in the law right now. It's in Title 18-1703, so you can go refer to the law where it talks about the special exception that parents and guardians have when they're tasked with the upbringing for a minor. But I want to address something you mentioned.
How about public school? When is it appropriate for a child to be hit in public school?
When we need to ensure that we are providing a safe place for our kids to be able to learn in our public schools. I was a part-time school resource.
There was a security exception. This went beyond the security exception when people needed to control children for safety reasons. When should children be hit in school?
I was a part-time school resource officer for about 2 years at my law enforcement agency. And so one of the biggest things that I hear from teachers is...
I apologize, sir, if you're not going to answer the question, we're going to use the time.